Oh, hey there, everybody. How's it going today? You good? You're good? Back there, you're good? Oh, over here. Oh, you're getting over that late summer sinus cold. Yeah, me too. Me too. Come on, traffic. Trying to record here. Them danged old semis, they're back. Well, that one's a little different flavor, but they're back. Just noise. Noise. Wind's blowing a bit. You probably hear on some of that a little bit today. Anyways, got a little time. Figured I should probably get off that couch because it was sucking me right back into it. You know, I was watching you other YouTubers in there, but decided this is on the lift. It's in my way. Should probably do something about that. Yeah. So bear with me on that late summer sinus cold thing. You know, I love it. Anyways, this is a demo car, you know, that just, it doesn't seem like it wants to get out of my shop. Well, it's about to get evicted, okay? Now, I told that kid of mine, he needs to get himself over here and do something with it, but, you know, he's 20. He's 20 now? 20. Yeah. So, he's doing 20-year-old things, but I will admit, he is working hard. He's at the job 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. He's welding his life away, so while he's getting his feet buried in the dirt over there in that Colorado, I decided I'd go ahead and come out here and do a little bit on this thing. So what we're going to do today, we're going to pop this engine and transmission out of it. Mostly because it's locked up and, well, we don't like it anyway, so that's going to come out. So I might have a few side notes in this video and, you know, boring details and yada yadas and whatevers. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the whole fuel line out of it, you know, because it's kind of a blank canvas, or we're taking it back to that blank canvas. So we don't need that. Even if we decide to do something else with this frame rail, which, you know, around here it's always an option. I'm going to start this one out with, let's get that fuel line out of there, all of it. Now, another click up the rung here ain't gonna hurt my head none, so we'll do that. Alrighty, let's get you back there at the back. You know, I've already dropped the tank out of this somewhere in one of those videos back a while ago. So we'll just start there and come back towards the front, and we'll just peel that whole fuel line out of it. Alrighty, and okay. That's the fuel lines. That's where we mashed them up to get them out of the tank. So looks like I got a little clip right there and a bolt that's holding it down on the top of that spring housing there. So we'll jump up to that. Boy, it's always fun getting these when they're rusted. I can tell this must have been a Utah car. I wonder if this would be a good frame for the old station wagon. I don't know. Maybe a guy should put a tape measure on it. Okay, so we got that one there. Now, like always, I like to throw these bolts, you know, if I'm going to strip on a car for whatever reason. I like to throw all my bolts and screws in a bucket. And if nothing else, it keeps it out of your tires. Alrighty, because I don't want to move the lift up and down and chase this fuel line, I'm going to go ahead and use this ladder right here. And we've got a spot right here behind the tire attached to the frame that's holding the lines down. Now, from here all the way up to the engine, it's pretty much the same old song and dance. There is a fuel filter in the line down here, but same old song and dance. Just taking the clips off the frame so that we can get the fuel line out. I don't think you really care to watch every single bolt I take out, so just that's what we're doing. We're going from here to the front, getting the whole fuel line out of it. I think I already told you that, didn't I? Yep. All right. Now there's also some brake line in this particular clamp, so we'll go ahead and snap those out of this clamp and move on. Alrighty, we've got those fuel lines pulled out of there. I ended up doing a little chopping, but anywho, they're out. So then I was going to come around to these battery cables, which really, with all of this gone, it's only connected to the engine, but I wanted to show you this. I mean, that's spectacular. That's housing wire right there for your positive lead. I mean, if that's what you got, it's solid copper. I guess it worked till it quit running or whatever happened. Then the ground cable's right here in the same loom. So we're just gonna bring this, since it's attached to the back of that engine right there. No grounds off to the body anywhere, so we're just gonna flop it over there, seeing as how we're pulling that out anyways. And then, of course I do have one body ground right here, I'll get that off. But if you saw that last video where I was all in fast forward, I pulled all the wiring out of this car, so all of the ignition system wiring is undone as well. So for wiring other than this body ground I see right here, it's all out of there. So I'll just pop that off. Of course, we can just rip it off with the, as we lift it out of there, but you know, I don't really care to fight stuff so much, so we'll just go ahead and take that little bolt out. And there you have it. So the wiring should be undone now. Alrighty, while I'm over here digging around, I'm gonna go ahead and take this evaporative emissions canister stuff. You know, it's all unhooked, but we're standing here, so I'm gonna pop that off. It's one little screw holding it here. And there you have it. That's out of there. And whilst we're looking at vacuum lines, I've only got one left connected to the engine, and it's right here on the intake, right behind the throttle body. Then it goes to a block on the firewall. Well, we don't really care about the firewall, but we'll get it off the engine right here. I'm sure a knife would have done the trick just fine as well, but anyways, there's that. Alrighty, so I'm going to move on up here to this power steering pump. We're going to keep this line with the steering gear. So I'll just take it out of the bottom of this pump here. Luckily I have a little stubby 18 millimeter, so should be able to just get in on this little nut thing right there. Maybe. I was just on it, for crying out loud. Oh yeah. And I need a little leverage, I guess. So, get my handy pry bar up behind that. Just give it a nice little bump, and there she goes. This pump should be empty from where I cut the other line, you know, previously, but I'm not going to swear to it either. This is right on the bottom of the pump, so might be a little drips. It's not too complicated, it's just awkward. The nice thing is that line just spins inside of this fitting. So you just back the fitting out and it'll come apart. This one little cotter pin down here on the steering is just poking me. There, that might be better. Fix that. I don't know if we can use this line in whatever we do next with this, but to me it was just easier to get it off the pump and leave it on the gear. And maybe it'll work on the next option. And there you have it. Of course it's gonna drip a little bit. That's weird. But that'll be out of our way now. Okay. Well, you guys were looking the other way. I cut the exhaust out of it, drive shaft, cross member bolts, mounting, hardware, whatnots, the motor mount bolts. Lastly, I popped this radiator. There's no doubt why the engine's locked up. All the oil was in the antifreeze. So somewhere, something bad happened. We don't care though. We don't like this one anyway. So basically what I'm saying is I'm ready to hook that old skid lift to the top of this thing and rip it out of here. We're getting rid of it. So that is what we're doing now. Alrighty, let's rip this thing out of here. Alrighty guys, we accomplished what I set out to accomplish, and in the same day even. I know, that's hard to believe. I can't even believe it. But in fairness, I had a bunch of it done prior, so you know, didn't take as long. So anyways, so it didn't take as long to do today, but we got this out of here. It's already in the dump trailer. I've got a junkyard Geo that's stuffed in there, and well, you know, we're going to run around and gather up a bunch of scrap steel since I'm going that way anyhow. So, I've had some adventures up there. You'll see what's coming from there. Maybe before this. I don't know. We're in and out so much it's hard to say. But we've got this out of here. Now it's either a donor frame or he can get busy on making it a crash 'em up demo car. I don't know. But I've had enough of it and it's getting out of here. So that's going to do it on this go round. I think that's pretty much, that covered it all, didn't it? So you guys know what to do if you want to keep hanging out with me. Surely appreciate that. If you made it this far, thanks. Hey, I think you can send me junk now too. I don't know. There's things down below if you read. There's things. So we'll see you guys next time.